Rob, welcome to part 3 of your restoration. As you can see, the vehicle is finally complete and ready to ship cross-country to you. Where we left off last time was at the paint shop, where we completed a panel out, glass out, complete respray of the vehicle. It came out perfect in the factory Verona red, and we started off with a really clean shell, so it made the assembly much easier than when things are put together with spare parts. Once the car comes out of paint, it takes on average about 7.5 hours to put the doors, the glass, the seals, and get everything aligned properly. It's critical that the window frame, which has a groove here, fits perfectly into the seal area here. Additionally, because it's a frameless window, we want to make sure that it's completely square in the window track here to keep all the wind and rain out of the vehicle. We had no rust to speak of, a little around the gas tank and a little in the tub, which we ended up changing. And as we walk around to the trunk, you can see that we put in a larger tub out of an E30, and that allowed us to run a full 15 by 7 inch spare. In addition to taking the panels off and the glass out, we also take all the components off the car. That way we don't risk getting any overspray on the door striker or the door brake or even any of the electrical components that run the dome lights. So everything was put back together, lubed, greased, the regulators rebuilt. Everything is as if it left the factory new. Now you remember what the car looked like in part 1, and as you can see, it's actually still wearing all of its original trim, all of its original grills, even the original bumpers. We were able to save all of those items. We knocked out the dings, we gave it a full polish, and we put it back on. So your car has all the components that it left the factory with from 1973. Obviously, the crown jewel of your new car is the freshly rebuilt motor by Ken Blasco of Vintage BMW Racing. We met Ken years ago, coming in first place at the track almost every time we saw him race. Now Ken, we called you because Rob didn't want just a stock engine. He didn't want the flat top, low compression pistons. He didn't want the standard 32-36 carburetor. So what have you done to make this have a little bit more power and snap for Rob?
Well, here in the cylinder head, we put a 292 camshaft, which is a real popular camshaft that gives great torque in the 3,000 to 5,000 RPM range and above. So when you step on the gas, you're really going to take off. To help add to the flow, we added a Weber 3838 carburetor. Synchronous, the butterflies open like this, so more flow. On the back end, we had a 4-into-1 header, which flows through a stainless steel exhaust. So great note in the back. I think he's going to love the way it sounds.
It does sound great.
I think between the camshaft, the carburetor, and this nice exhaust system, and the build in general, he's going to love the way this motor drives.
Rob, in addition to the new motor that Ken gave us, you also have all new steering, all new suspension, and upgraded brakes. We're running a TII master cylinder, feeding a large vented rotor, which helps dissipate heat more than the solid rotor. It also gives us the ability to run the 15 by 7s that you picked. And for suspension, we're doing a Bilstein Sport on all 4 corners with a stage 2 spring and larger ST sway bars, 19 rear, 22 front. And as you requested, we tried to keep the stock height so you won't be bottoming out on those roads back east. As soon as we got the car back from paint, Rob, we put a brand new headliner in. We rebuilt the sunroof so you have all new sunroof cables. We polished the track. Then we hand wrap and hand stitch your dash, as well as your front center console. We rebuilt your seats, front and rear, with all new foam and all new material, including some horsehair padding, so you can keep that original car smell. We do the carpets, the headliner, the dash, and brand new door panels all in-house. Rob, everyone at Sin City BMW thoroughly enjoyed restoring your 1973 BMW 2002. We hope you enjoy driving it as much as we enjoyed building it.